Tourism in Bosnia and Herzegovina is a fast-growing sector making up an important part in the economy of the country. The tourist business environment is constantly developing with an increasingly active tourism promotional system. Bosnia and Herzegovina has been a top performer in recent years in terms of tourism development. Tourist arrivals have grown by an average of 24% annually from 1995 to 2000. The European region's solid growth in arrivals in 2007 was due in significant part to Southern and Mediterranean Europe's strong performance. In particular, Bosnia and Herzegovina were among the stronger players with a growth of 20%. In 2013, the World Economic Forum reported in its Travel and Tourism Competitiveness report that Bosnia and Herzegovina was the world's 8th friendliest nation towards tourists. In 2013, Bosnia and Herzegovina had 844.189 tourist arrivals, an increase of 12.9%, and 1.822.927 overnight stays, which is a 10.8% increase from 2012. 58.6% of the tourists came from foreign countries. According to an estimate of the World Tourism Organization, Bosnia and Herzegovina will have the third highest tourism growth rate in the world between 1995 and 2020. The major sending countries in 2012 have been Croatia, Serbia, Poland, Slovenia and Italy. The travel guide series Lonely Planet has named Sarajevo as the 43rd best city in the world, and in December 2009 listed Sarajevo as one of the top 10 cities to visit in 2010. With its number 43 spot, Sarajevo has come ahead of Dubrovnik number 59, Ljubljana at number 84, Bled at number 90, Zagreb at number 125 and Belgrade at number 143, making Sarajevo the best-ranking city on the Balkan Peninsula behind Athens, Greece. Tourism in Sarajevo is chiefly focused on historical, religious, and cultural aspects. In recent years, investments has made it a popular shopping city as well, with a respectable offer in retail shopping. It hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics, which, at the time, were the largest winter games ever. The country is regaining its reputation as an excellent ski destination with its Olympic mountains such as Bjelaznica, Igman and Jahorina. Economy and AMP tourism. Tourism is becoming a great contributor to the Bosnian economy. As a result, Bosnia-Herzegovina now has a wide tourist industry and a fast-expanding service sector thanks to the strong annual growth in tourist arrivals. The country also benefits from being both a summer and winter destination with continuity in its tourism throughout the year. Being a predominantly mountainous country, Bosnia-Herzegovina provides some of the best value ski vacations in Europe. In March 2012, Sarajevo won travel blog Fox Nomad's Best City to Visit competition, beating out more than 100 cities around the entire world. More recently, the town of Visoko has experienced a staggering increase in tourist arrivals due to the alleged discovery of the Bosnian pyramids, attracting in excess of 10,000 tourists in the first weekend of June 2006. Medjugorje has become one of the most popular pilgrimage sites for Catholics in the world and has turned into Europe's third most important religious place, where each year more than 1 million people visit. It has been estimated that 30 million pilgrims have come to Medjugorje since the reputed apparitions began in 1981. Neum on the Adriatic coast has steep hills, sandy beaches, and several large tourist hotels. Prices tend to be lower than in neighboring Croatia, making it popular with shoppers. Tourism and the commerce it brings is the leading contributor to the economy of the area. Tourism in Neum is active mostly in the coastal region. The inland area behind Neum has a rich archaeological history and untouched wilderness and is starting to develop agricultural tourism. Tourist attractions. The tourist department of Bosnia and Herzegovina indicated that the most attractive benefits experienced by visitors are 1. The spirit of the people. 2. Cities across the country are well connected with intercity buses, and 3. Major cities with the surrounding natural sites are easily reachable within a day. Some of the tourist attractions in Bosnia and Herzegovina include Sarajevo, the Olympic city, economical, scientific, cultural, political and commercial center of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Called the European Jerusalem, Mostar, city on Neretva, city of sunshine, the UNESCO site of Stari Most and Old Town Mostar, Visegrad, the UNESCO site of the Mehmed Pasa Sokolovic Bridge, Banja Luka, the Green City, with various cultural sites like Castel Fortress and Ferhadia Mosque, Difak and the river Una with its waterfalls, and the Una River within Una National Park, Jajce, city of the Bosnian kings, foundation of Yugoslavia and its famous waterfalls, Shrine of Medjugorje, Catholic pilgrimage, the site of a famous Marian apparition, Prijedor Old City Mosque, Kozara National Park and Bosnia's largest World War II monument at Marakovica, Tuzla, birthplace of Mesa Selimovic and famous for its Pannonian salt lakes. The Neretva River and the Rakitnica River canyons in Upper Neretva, the Trebisat River and its waterfalls Kravis and Kokusa, the Buna and its spring Vrelobune with the historical town of Blagoje, the Lower Tara River canyon, the Perushika ancient forest, one of the last 2 remaining primeval forests in Europe, and the Suchaska River canyon, both within Suchaska National Park. Positlj Historical Village, Mount Bielaznica and Jahorina, sites of the 14th Olympic Winter Games, Srebrenica, beautiful nature, rafting on Drina, boat rides through canyon of River Drina to Visegrad, also a place where some of the worst war crimes committed in war happened. Mogajelo, a Roman villa rustica that dates from the early 4th century. It is situated 5 kilometers south of Kapeljina, Neum on the coast, city on the Adriatic shore of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Doboj and its 13th century fortress. Starlak, the Begovina neighborhood and Radimlju tombstones. Visoko, city of Bosnian kings and site of the alleged Bosnian pyramids. Tazanj, one of the oldest cities in Bosnia with its old town, by Jeljina, known for its agriculture and ethno-village Stanizik. Lukovac, Modrak Lake, the largest artificial lake in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Travnik, the birthplace of Ivo Andrić and site of Old Town Travnik. Ostrozak Castle, 16th century castle built by the Ottomans and a second edition added by the Habsburg family. UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Bosnia and Herzegovina. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization has included the following Bosnia and Herzegovina sites on its World Heritage List: the Old Mostar Bridge, Mehmed Pasa Sokolovic Bridge in Visegrad. Properties submitted on the tentative list: Sarajevo, unique symbol of universal multiculture, continual open city. Vjetrenica Cave, the natural and architectural ensemble of Jajce, the historic urban site of Positlj. The natural and architectural ensemble of Blagoje. The natural and architectural ensemble of Blidinja. The natural and architectural ensemble of Starlak. The natural monument Vjetrenica Cave with architectural ensemble of village Zavala. Steki, medieval Bosnian tombstones. Winter sports. During the 1984 Winter Olympics, the mountains of Bielaznica, Jahorina and Igman hosted the skiing events. These are the most popular skiing mountains in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Jahorina was the site of the women's alpine skiing events. The men's alpine events were held at Bjelaznica. At Igman, the Malopolia area hosted the ski jumping and the ski jumping part of the Nordic combined events. Meanwhile, the Veliko Polje hosted the biathlon, cross-country skiing, and the cross-country skiing part of the Nordic combined event. Sarajevo will be hosting the European Youth Olympic Festival in 2017, and due to this cash investments has been made to build modern ski lift and remarkable good standards of accommodation, especially at Bjelaznica and Jahorina. The mountain Vlasic has also become a major center for winter tourism due to its excellent accommodation for skiing, snowboarding and other winter sports. It is also a popular destination for summer and eco-tourism with many hiking trails and undisturbed wilderness areas. The mountain and national park Kozara has over the past years also become a popular tourist attraction for skiing and hiking. Regions and AMP cities. Bosnia-Herzegovina is known for having various cultural sites of mixed architecture with Roman, medieval, Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian influences. Sarajevo, the capital city. Sarajevo is famous for its traditional religious diversity, with adherents of Islam, Orthodoxy, Catholicism and Judaism coexisting there for centuries. Due to this long and rich history of religious diversity, Sarajevo has often been called the Jerusalem of Europe. Sarajevo has a strong tourist industry and was named by Lonely Planet one of the top 50 best city in the world in 2006. Sports-related tourism uses the legacy facilities of the 1984 Winter Olympics, especially the skiing facilities on the nearby mountains of Bjelaznica, Igman, Jahorina, Trebević, and Treskavica. Sarajevo's 600 years of history, influenced by both Western and Eastern empires, is also a strong tourist attraction. Sarajevo has hosted travelers for centuries, because it was an important trading center during the Ottoman and Austria-Hungarian empires. Examples of popular destinations in Sarajevo include the Vrelo Bosna Park with Roman thermal springs, the Sarajevo Cathedral, the Gazi Husrev Beg's Mosque and Old Town of Sarajevo, Baskazia. Tourism in Sarajevo is chiefly focused on historical, religious, and cultural aspects. The city is rich in museums, including the Museum of Sarajevo, the Arzevi Museum of Contemporary Art, Historical Museum of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Museum of Literature and Theatre Arts of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the National Museum of Bosnia and Herzegovina, home to the Sarajevo Haggadah, an illuminated manuscript and the oldest Sephardic Jewish document in the world, issued in Barcelona around 1350, containing the traditional Jewish Haggadah, is held at the museum. The city also hosts the National Theatre of Bosnia and Herzegovina, established in 1919, as well as the Sarajevo Youth Theatre. Other cultural institutions include the Center for Sarajevo Culture, Sarajevo City Library, Art Gallery of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the Bosniak Institute, a privately owned library and art collection focusing on Bosniak history. The Sarajevo Film Festival, established in 1995, has become the premier film festival in the Balkans. The Sarajevo Winter Festival, Sarajevo Jazz Festival and Sarajevo International Music Festival are well known, as is the Baskazia Nights Festival, a month-long showcase of local culture, music, and dance. The Sarajevo Film Festival has been hosted at the National Theatre, with screenings at the open-air theatre Metalak and the Bosnian Cultural Center, all located in downtown Sarajevo, and has hosted such world-renowned actors, directors, and musicians as Steve Buscemi, Bono, Coolio, John Malkovich, Morgan Freeman, Nick Nolte, Daniel Craig, Willem Dafoe, Anthony Minghella, Katrin Cartledge, Alexander Payne, Sophie Okonedo, Stephen Frears, Michael Moore, Darren Aronofsky, Mickey Rourke, Gillian Anderson, Kevin Spacey, and many other major cultural figures from the Balkans, Europe, and the Americas. In the past 13 years, the festival has entertained people and celebrities alike, elevating it to an international level. The first incarnation of the Sarajevo Film Festival was hosted in still warring Sarajevo in 1995, and has now progressed into being the biggest and most significant festival in southeastern Europe. A talent campus is also held during the duration of the festival, with numerous world-renowned lecturers speaking on behalf of world cinematography and holding workshops for film students from across southeastern Europe. The Sarajevo Jazz Festival has been entertaining jazz connoisseurs for over 10 years and has hosted such artists as Richard Boner, the John Butler Trio, Christina Branco, Dave Youssef, and many more. The festival takes place at the Bosnian Cultural Center, just down the street from the SFF, at the Sarajevo Youth Stage Theatre, at the Dom Vojski Federacija, and at the CDA list of shopping malls in Sarajevo. Mostar and Herzegovina. Mostar is an important tourist destination in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Mostar International Airport serves the city as well as the train and bus stations which connect it to a number of national and international destinations. Mostar's Old Town is an important tourist destination, with the Stari Most being its most recognizable feature. Partisan Memorial Cemetery in Mostar, which is a World War II memorial, is another important city symbol, and it was designed by the famous architect Bogdan Bogdanović. Its sacrosanct quality consists in the unity of nature with the architectural expression of the designer. The monument was included into a list of national monuments in 2006. The Rondo Shopping Center, Biosfera Mall, Orca Mall, and the Mokata Shopping Mall are some of the city's new attractions. The Catholic pilgrimage site of Medjugorje is also nearby, as well as the Tekia Dervish Monastery in Blagoj, 13th century town of Positelj, Kravis Waterfalls, seaside town of Neum, Starlak with its famous Stekak necropolis, and the remains of an ancient Greek town of Dar Orson. Nearby sites also include the nature park called Hartovo Blato, Borako Lake, as well as Vjetrenica Cave, the largest and most important cave in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The historic site of Positelj is located on the left bank of the river Neretva on the main Mostar to Metković Road, and it is to the south of Mostar. During the Middle Ages, Positelj was considered the administrative center and center of governance of Dubrava Zupa, while its westernmost point gave it major strategic importance. It is believed that the fortified town along with its attendant settlements were built by Bosnia's King Stjepan Tvrtko I in 1383. The walled town of Positelj evolved in the period from the 16th to the 18th centuries. Architecturally, the stone-constructed parts of the town are a fortified complex, in which two stages of evolution are evident: medieval and Ottoman. Blagoj is situated at the spring of the Buna River and a historical tekke. The Blagoj tekke was built around 1520, with elements of Ottoman architecture and Mediterranean style, and is considered a national monument. The source of the Buna River is a strong karstic spring. The Buna flows west for approximately 9 kilometers and joins the Neretva near the village Buna. The historic site of the old Blagoj Blagaj fort on the hill above Blagaj was the seat of Herzegovinian nobleman Stephan Hense, and the birthplace of Bosnian Queen Katarina Kosakico-Tromani. The architectural ensemble of the Blagaj Teka stands by the source of the Buna River, not far from the center of Blagaj. The Musafirhana and Turbi are tucked into the natural surroundings, constituting a single entity with the cliffs, source of the Buna River and mills. The Musafirhana of the Blagaj Teka and the Turbi have been preserved to this day. The Musafirhana was built before 1664 and rebuilt in 1851. Its original appearance is not known. The building was subsequently repaired on several occasions. The ensemble of the Blagaj Teka was presumably built very soon after Ottoman rule was established in Herzegovina, around 1520 at the latest. Trebinje, which was initially a Byzantine territory governed by the Serbs. In the mid-9th century, Knez Vlastimir gave the Županija of Trebinje to his son-in-law Krajina to govern under his suzerainty. It commanded the road from Ragusa to Constantinople, traversed, in 1096, by Raymond of Toulouse and his crusaders, under the name of Tribunia or Travunia. It belonged to the Serbian Empire until 1355. Trebinje became a part of the expanded medieval Bosnian state under TVRTKOI in 1373. There is a medieval tower in Gornja Police whose construction is often attributed to Vuk Branković. The old Tvrdio's monastery dates back to the 15th century. In 1482, together with the rest of Herzegovina and the Bosnian kingdom, it was captured by the Ottoman Empire. The old town castle was built by Turks on location of the medieval fortress of Banvur on the western bank of the Trebizonjica River. The city walls, the old town square, and two mosques were built in beginning of the 18th century by Razulbegović family. The Arslanagic Bridge was originally built at the village of Arslanagic, 5 kilometers north of the town, by Mehmed Pasha Sokolović, and it was managed by Arslanagic family. It was moved closer to Trebinje in the late 1960s. The Arslanagic Bridge is one of the most attractive Turkish bridges in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It has 2 large and 2 small semicircular arches. During the period of Austro-Hungarian administration, several fortifications were built on the surrounding hills, and there was a garrison based in the town. They also modernized the town, expanding it westwards, building the present main street, as well as several squares, park, new schools, tobacco plantations, etc. Medjugorje. Since 1981, it has become a popular site of religious pilgrimage due to reports of apparitions of the Virgin Mary to 6 local Catholics. Following reports of apparitions, successive bishops of Mostar ruled the claims groundless. In March 2010, in view of continued public interest, the Holy See announced that the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith was forming an investigative commission, composed of bishops, theologians, and other experts, under the leadership of Cardinal Camillo Ruini, the Pope's former Vicar General for the Diocese of Rome. Bosanska Krajina. The region of Bosanska Krajina is known for its beautiful rivers and green landscape. The region also includes cultural cities such as Banja Luka, Prijedor, Bivak and Jajce, old fortresses and castles such as Ostrožac Castle and Velika Kladuša Castle made by the Ottomans and later Austrian-Hungarians are known national heritage sites. The city of the Bosnian kings, the foundation of Yugoslavia, and the Jajce waterfalls. Jajce is an UNESCO candidate. Banja Luka lies on the Vrbara River and is well known in the countries of the former Yugoslavia for being full of tree-lined avenues, boulevards, gardens, and parks. The city is also home to the old fortress castle and the Furhadija Mosque, listed as a Bosnia and Herzegovina cultural heritage site in 1950. It was subsequently protected by UNESCO until its destruction in 1993. Today the site is being rebuilt and is listed as a National Monument of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Other attractions of Banja Luka are the Banj Hill and a waterfall of the Vrbara River near Krupa. Rafting on the Vrbara River is currently becoming popular among the local tourists. There is fishing, rock climbing and hiking along the canyon of the Vrbara between Banja Luka and Jajce, and there is plenty of accommodation for visitors. Near Banja Luka, famous and prominent Trappist monastery, known as Mariastan Abbey, is located. The church and the monastery contains a large number of works of art and valuable cultural and historical legacy. Prijedor is located on the river Sana and known for its Catholic, Orthodox, Christian and Islamic heritage. Historic buildings from the Ottoman and Austrian-Hungarian periods are a feature of the urban landscape, most known as the Old Ottoman houses in the Old City and the Old City Mosque from the 15th century. The city underwent extensive renovation between 2006 to 2009. Within Prijedor municipality is also Kozara National Park that was proclaimed a protected national forest in 1967 by Josip Broz Tito. It is situated between the rivers Una, Sava, Sana and Vrbara in Bismuth-1 hydride. These 33.75 square kilometers of dense forest and hilly meadows have earned the nickname Green Beauty of Krajina. Kozara is a popular hunting ground, with a large 180 square kilometers area of the park open to regulated hunting of deer, pheasants, foxes, boars, hares and ducks. A smaller part of the park is designated for nature lovers. Walking, hiking, biking and herb picking are among the many activities in Kozara. Jajce was first built in the 14th century and served as the capital of the independent Bosnian kingdom during its time. The town has gates as fortifications, as well as a castle with walls which lead to the various gates around the town. Skanderbeg Mihailović besieged Jajce in 1501, but without success because he was defeated by Ivani's Corvin assisted by Zrinski, Frankopan, Karlovic and Kubor. When the Bosnian kingdom fell to the Ottoman Empire in 1463, Jajce was taken by the Ottomans but was retaken next year by Hungarian King Matthias Corvinus. About 10 to 20 kilometers from the Jajce lies the Komoton Castle and town area, which is older but smaller than Jajce. It is believed the town of Jajce was previously Komoton but was moved after the Black Death. During this period, Bosnian Queen Katarina Kosakić-Romanik restored the Church of St. Luke in Jajce, today the oldest church in town. Eventually, in 1527, Jajce became the last Bosnian town to fall to Ottoman rule. There are several churches and mosques built in different times during different rules, making Jajce a rather diverse town in this aspect. The Franciscan monastery of St. Luke was completed in 1885. Jajce gained prominence during the Second World War because it hosted the Second Convention of the Anti-Fascist Council of National Liberation of Yugoslavia on November 29, 1943, a meeting that set the foundation for the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia after World War II. Bifak was the temporary capital of the Croatian kingdom. It lost its civic status in the 14th century following dynastic struggles in the kingdom, and became a property of the Francopan nobles. In the 16th century it passed under direct royal rule, when battles with the Ottoman Empire had begun. The town of Bivak, in the region of the same name, withstood the Ottoman attacks until it fell with the Bosnia Sanjak. The Bivak fort would become the westernmost fort taken by the Ottoman army over 100 years later. In 1592, under the Bosnian vizier Hasan Pasha Predović, the city was initially made the center of the Bivak Sanjak, part of the Bosnian Pashaluk. It was demoted in 1699 to become part of the Sanjak of Bosnia. During the period of intense border wars between the Habsburg monarchy and the Ottoman Empire, in 1865 it became the center of its own Sanjak, but this lasted only until 1878, when all of Bosnia was occupied by Austria-Hungary. The city landscape of Bivak with the beautiful Una River has old mosques, Catholic churches and splendid nature surroundings. Adriatic Sea Neum is the only coastal town in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It comprises 24.5 kilometers of coastline and is the country's only access to the Adriatic Sea. Neum has steep hills, sandy beaches, and several large tourist hotels. Prices tend to be lower than in neighboring Croatia, making it popular with shoppers. Tourism and the commerce it brings is the leading contributor to the economy of the area. Border formalities with Croatia are relaxed at peak times. Neum has over 5,000 beds for tourists, 1,810 in hotels, with the remaining capacity in villas and private accommodation. Tourism in Neum is mainly active in the coastal region. The inland area behind Neum has a rich archaeological history and untouched wilderness and is starting to develop agricultural tourism. National parks. National Parks of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Nature Parks of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Nature Gallery. Adriatic Coast Gallery. Cities Gallery. Statistics. Number of tourists in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Number of tourists in Sarajevo. Most visitors arriving to Bosnia and Herzegovina on short-term basis in 2015 were from the following countries of nationality: